colleague can please have opportunity.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you everyone for giving me opportunity to speak with you. And thank you, Brother Feroz. You present a wonderful case. There was my speech ready. I don't want to do that. I feel I can talk about the solution. We know the problem. We know the history, especially in Kashmir, Khalistan, all the surrounding area in India. We all know we are on the third generation, what's happening in India. What is the solution? Brother Feroz mentioned two things, international community and United Nations, and the last, India itself. Why these three organizations, country, United Nations and Red Cross, all these kind of organizations not doing much for Indian people, especially for minority, right? Is our failure, the people who present in the United Nations, is that failure of the government of India or a failure of the United Nations? I study all the religion, I believe, top 10 religion. And the one thing which is Indian religion is nothing to do with any religion, but the way they practice. When you're born in a lower class family, technically you're born to serve a community as a servant, or as a beggars, or as a lower class member. I'm right? If you're born from, they have imagination or they have a thought. If you're born from the foot, you are a labor class. If you're born from the head, you are a Kshatriya. Is Kshatriya? Yes. So you're born for a king. You're born as a ruler. So it's meaning when you're born in an Indian culture, especially in a Hindu family, so there is a division before you're born. So you cannot have, even I cannot drink the water from the same glass if someone drink from the upper class. Till today, there is lots of schools and lots of mandirs and lot of holy places where the lower class cannot enter. I was reading in a history that there was a time when the holy book, Bhagavad Gita or Ramayana, lower class was not allowed to listen. If someone listened the word from the temple, they cut his hair or they cut his head or kill him, stuff like that. The women from that class used to use as a sex slave. Upper class think that is their right, they can have a sex with any lower class woman till today. So I think the first thing is wrong, the religion thought, how they implement. This is, I think, Indian saying in our international community, they change. There is no class different in India anymore. There was a president from the lower class, an Indian captain from the lower class, stuff like that. Right? So that's the one thing I think we have to raise this issue, which is still happening in India. There is so many area or cities and tribe. If you are from the lower class, you have no life. And the second thing, how the United Nations and the international community working for international relationship, how they are work. Their country work exactly how we work. If we are rich, if I'm driving Porsche, living in a Clifton, having a heavy salary, I have a different attitude of life. If I'm a poor, earning lower wages, having no good car, having no good house, I have a different class of relationship. Same in India. I seen G8. Why the G8? What is this G8? This is a racism. Grade 8, grade 10, grade 16. Why not India or Pakistan or Sri Lanka and Bangladesh in grade 8? What's making us lower? Is that money or our skin? We don't speak against these kind of class difference. Right? It look like if I have extra money, I can buy the executive seat in a plane. If I don't have money, I can buy the economy class. So it's the only money will change my class, if I'm not wrong. Right? The similar thing, United Nations is money talk. Nobody speaking against Israel, what Israel is doing with the Palestinians. Why? Because they have 135 billion GDP, right? Why people not speaking what happening with the Burma in Burmese Muslim in Burma? Why not people speaking 56 Islamic countries, 1.2 billion people around the world? We are not speaking against what India is doing in Kashmir because it's money talk. India is the biggest supplier and money making with all the Middle East. I was talking with other Pharaohs. I'm from last 10 days. I'm going to travel. I visit 7 countries. Tomorrow is my flight to the Paris. Then I'm going to Dubai. Then I'm going to Burma. I was on Netflix. I was listening the documentary about 101 history, oil and Middle East. They said when the Middle East get oil, what they was doing, like